Hello guys, what's going on? And today I'm gonna unbox precon. It's a pretty old precon. It was released in 2025, so about a year ago now. Uh, but I found this Tarkir precon to be quite interesting because it contains dragons, and I love dragons, so uh, I thought I need to check that out. So I actually bought it. It was pretty cheap on Amazon. Was no problem. So I also bought uh, back the zombie precon. So yeah, um I don't remember the name of it. I'm pretty bad at names. Sorry about that. And today's stream is sponsored by Parade. Well, it's not really sponsored, but that's what I'm drinking anyway. So as you can see, it's Mountain Blast, a blast from the past. The Olympic symbol is there, and well, you can uh, you can recycle it for 2 crowns if you live in Norway. So that's interesting right there. And you open it by doing this. You take the cap like that and you do like this. And I don't have the strength to do that right now, it seems. Oh, there we go. Yeah, and then you push it like this. And you take a sip, check if it's okay, quality. And it is. Okay, so last time I opened one of these, it was a sort of racing track, but this time it's only a grass, uh, a patch of grass, which you like tear open like this. Uh, there we go. Was not that successful, to be honest. But I guess it is what it is right there. Yeah. And sample pack of Tarkir Dragonstorm right there. Very good. And we're gonna there's also a leaflet right here on how to play the game and the rules of Commander. Yeah. So nice. And you've also got the this box. It's not really high quality, but it is what it is, and you can put your cards in here if you want. Yeah. It's only cardboard though, so not really sturdy, but yeah. And whoops. And I am playing this weekend with my friends, hopefully, if my friends don't get sick all of a sudden, as they have been doing these last few times we've tried to play. This is the main commander. It's Irene the Unwritten. Let me just get the plastic out so you don't get the glare. Cheers. Right. There we go. Lego has started using paper. I'm glad that Wizards of the Coast are still into plastic, because, well... Okay. So let's look at the main commander first. It says Flying Trample. Whenever Irene enters or attacks, look at the top 8 cards of your library. You may put a dragon creature card from among them into the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any random order. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. It's a bit expensive though. So. Hello, Karim Togot Sab. Yeah. The secondary commander is this woman. Whenever you cast a creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Eski. If that spell's power is 4 or greater, draw a card. If that spell power is 6 or greater, Eski deals damage equal to Eski's power to each opponent. Okay, so it's actually not a bad commander, this, but I will be using this dragon instead, because, well, this deck is all about dragons, I guess. So we're going to start from the top and go to the bottom. There's a card here explaining the rules and the turns. We can go with tokens at the end, I think. So this is the commander I'm going to be using. Yes. Okay, here we go. So land here, really cool. I'm guessing it's a bunch of lands at the beginning. Yeah. So how many forests are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay design on the forest, nothing spectacular. And there's also a mountain. Let's see how many of those. Yeah. So there's some mountains here as well. There's a dragon in the background there, so that's cool. But I wouldn't call these lands spectacular either, but... And there's some islands here. Okay, so there's 3 islands as well. Actually, the islands are the best lands so far, in my opinion. Path of Ancestry. It's you've seen it before. It's pretty cool. You get 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity, and you get to scry 1, which is also quite cool. I sacrifice this, and I get to search for Forest, Island, or Mountain card. I can also cycle it if I want to do that, but it costs a bit to cycle it for some reason. Talisman of Impulse. Yeah, nice. Actually, quite cool. And Talisman of Creativity, okay? And yeah, it deals 1 damage to me. So there's some mana stones in here, it seems. So that's good. It helps with my mana base. And I guess I need a lot of mana in here since the commander costs 7. Hello, bro. Now I understand it. It's the first time I've understood this. The chat is actually translated into Norwegian for some reason. How do I turn that off? I don't know. Okay, well, whatever. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, put them into the battlefield tapped and shuffle. That's cool. So some land acquisition there. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards. This is a sorcery. And reveal those cards, put a 1 into the battlefield tapped and the other into your hand and shuffle. So, Kodamas Reach, pretty good. And I haven't seen this artwork before. Pretty cool. It's a sort of a flying tree or whatever it is. I don't know. I have no idea what it is, though. Yeah, it's a flying tree. This lantern just tap, but I get to choose between a forest, island, and mountain when it becomes untapped. And that's pretty cool. Search this land. No, sacrifice this land. Search your library for a basic land card, put it into the battlefield tapped and shuffle. Yeah. So that's pretty awesome. Wow, there's actually quite a bit of land acquisition in here. That's good. Search the library for plains, island, swamp, or mountain card, put it into the battlefield tapped and shuffle. So yeah. Whenever a creature you control with power 3 or greater enters, draw a card. Nice. So then I draw a bit of cards in here as well. This one is cool. It's Beast Within. You destroy target permanent, and its controller creates a 3-3 green beast creature token. Yeah. This is a dragon of some sort. I'm not really a fan of this format. You have one thing here, and it gets quite complicated, but oh well. Put 1/1 counters on target creature control. You may cast sorcery spells and dragon spells as though they had flash. So, pretty cool. Yeah. But I choose between one of these, or I don't know. I guess I need to look it up, or maybe one of you guys can tell me what's going on. Rapacious Dragon. Rapacious Dragon. Okay. Flying when this creature enters, create 2 treasure tokens. And it's a 3/3. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And here we have a Goblin Shaman for some reason. Dragon spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Okay. I guess that was the reason for him being there. Pretty cool and doesn't cost that much. Reality Shift. Exile target creature, its controller manifest the top card of their library. Okay. So that player puts the top card of their library into the battlefield face down as a 2/2 creature. If it's a creature card, it can be turned face up anytime for its mana cost. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Rabid Hybridization. Destroy target creature, it can't be regenerated. That creature controller creates a 3/3 green frog lizard creature token. Huh. Never seen this before. Is it the same as Beast Within? No, destroy target creature, destroy target permanent. So they're 2 different things. This spell costs 2 less to cast if you control a dragon. Draw 3 cards. Really good. Draconic Lore. When this enchantment enters, search the library for up to 2 basic land cards. Put them into the battlefield tapped and shuffle. When a dragon you control enters, return this enchantment to its owner's hand. Wow. This is good. Jesus. So there's going to be lots of lands in play with this deck. Okay, now I know I need to check this. What's the deal with this card? Can I cast both or just one, or? Oh well, anywho, it's Stormshriek Feral. Discard a card. If you do, draw 2 cards. And it has Flying Haste. If it's a creature, this creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Loving this deck so far. Command Tower. A really cool command tower at that, actually. It's quite cool, some artwork there. Add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. Right, okay, Soul Ring. Yeah. Arcane Signet, a really cool one at that. Add 1 mana of any color to your commander's color identity. Temple of the Dragon Queen. If this land enters, you may reveal a dragon card from your hand. This land enters tapped unless you reveal a dragon card this way or you control a dragon. Okay. Oh yeah, okay, so I have to reveal a dragon. If not, then it comes into play tapped. Reaching Brainstorm. When this enchantment enters, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile an online card. You may cast it without paying its mana cost if that spell's mana value is 8 or less. If you don't, put that card into your hand. When the dragon enters, return the enchantment. Oh, okay. So there's lots of stuff going on in here. Returning enchantments to my hand and stuff. Just gonna close the door. That's probably one of the only grievances with this house. The pipes here make a lot of noise. We live in a dealership, so there's more than us living here. But we live in this apartment. Thank God for that. Dragon Tempest. Whenever a creature you control with flying enters, it gains haste until the end of turn. Okay. Yeah. Whenever a dragon you control enters, it deals X damage to any target where X is the number of dragons you control, which is quite cool. And here we got a land. This land, okay. Yeah. Another land, but you can scry one. That's cool. Yeah, scry one. Nice way to check what's coming. Sulfur Falls. Yep. Pretty easy peasy. Oh, nice, nice land. Nice design on it. Island or mountain, this land deals 1 damage to you. So I'm getting a lot of damage, I guess. This land enters tapped, cycling. Yeah. So if I have enough lands, then I can cycle it. Nice utility there. Yeah. But that does not look like a dragon. It looks more like a dinosaur. So what does this have to do in this deck? It is a dinosaur, isn't it? Yeah, it is a dinosaur. What the hell? So it's suddenly a dinosaur deck. Oh well, this land enters tapped unless you control 2 or more other lands. Okay. I think I'll be removing this land just because it doesn't fit the theme really. I can just add a normal land instead. Hideaway 4. When this land enters, look at the top 4 cards of the library. Exile 1 face down, then put the rest on the bottom in a random order. Okay. You may play the exile card without paying its mana cost if creature you control have total power 10 or greater. That's cool. Moss Fire Valley. Actually also quite cool. Nice design on this land. Kessig Wolf Run. Nice to see that in here. Target creature gets X0 and gains trample until end of turn. Yeah. So really cool. And I guess I can play that at instant speed. Yeah. Yeah. Nice. This land enters tapped unless you control a forest or an island. Okay. I haven't seen anything really spectacular yet in this deck, but I guess maybe that is about to change. Haven of the Spirit Dragon. Add 1 mana of any color. Spend that mana only to cast a dragon creature spell. Sacrifice this land. Return target dragon creature card or you can planeswalk a card from your graveyard to your hand. Okay. So I guess there's a planeswalker in here as well. Flooded Grove. Not Flooded Groove. That will be something entirely different. Yeah. Add 1 mana of any color that land an opponent controls would produce. Not sure how that is useful. I have said it before. But this land name is tap unless you control 2 or more basic lands. Okay, so there's lots of lands in this deck. Okay, here we go. Steel Hellkite. Flying. This creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Destroy each non-land permanent with mana value X whose controller was dealt combat damage by this creature this turn. Activate only once each turn. Okay, so pretty awesome stuff. Whenever a dragon you control enters, put a gold counter on this artifact. Remove a gold counter from this artifact. Draw a card. Nice. Creatures you control have haste. Whenever a creature you control with power 4 grade enters, you may draw a card. Nice. What is this? Dragons. Oh yeah, dragon spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Whenever a dragon you control enters, you may have Circon become a copy of it until end of turn, except its name is Circon, Soul of Flame, and it's legendary in addition to its other types. Oh. This creature deals 1 damage to each creature without flying. And this creature deals 1 damage to each other creature with flying. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Fun card. Dragon Lord Atarka. Flying Trample. When Dragon Lord Atarka enters, it deals 5 damage to it as you choose among any number of target creatures under Planewalkers your opponents control. Nice. And it's got 8/8, so it's pretty powerful. Okay, the dragons are starting to appear here. Flying Trample. Whenever a dragon you control attacks, it gains double strike until end of turn. Jesus Christ. And this was a pretty good card. World Render Atarka. And they're both called Atarka, and this is Dragon Lord Atarka and World Render. I wonder if I'll see Deathwing here soon enough. We'll see. Sylvanas Stampede. Starting with you, each player votes for wild or free. Reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature card for each wild vote. Put those creature cards into the battlefield, then shuffle the rest into your library. You may put a permanent card from your hand into the battlefield for each free vote. Okay. So wild and free. As this enchantment enters, choose cans or dragons at the beginning of each of your main phases. Add. Okay. Whenever a creature you control with flying enters, you may have it fight target creature you don't control. Oh, that's cool. Varric's Bladewing. When Varric's Bladewing enters, if it was kicked, create Karak's Bladewing, a legendary 4/4 red dragon creature token with flying. Okay, so I get to... Okay, so I get to make 2 of them then, I guess. Whenever this creature enters or attacks, goad target creature until your next... what's it say here? Until your next turn, that creature attacks each combat if able and attacks a player other than you if able. Whenever a goaded creature attacks, it deals 1 damage to its controller. Okay. Thunderbreak Regent. Whenever a dragon you control becomes target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, this creature deals 3 damage to that player. Okay. Territorial Hellkite. Flying haste at the beginning of combat. On your turn, choose an opponent at random that this creature didn't attack during your last combat. This creature attacks that player this combat if able. If you can't choose an opponent this way, tap this creature. Okay. Right. Terrian Mauler. Changeling. This card is every creature type. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, you may put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Okay. So. Right. Flying haste protection from white. Monstrosity. If this creature isn't monstrous, put 3+1/+1 counters on it and becomes monstrous. Okay. When this creature becomes monstrous, it deals damage to each opponent equal to the number of cards in that player's hand. Okay. Storm's Wrath deals 4 damage to each creature and each planeswalker. Right. Spitflame. Spitflame deals 4 damage to a target creature. Whenever a dragon you control enters, you may pay 4. No. Whenever a dragon you control enters, you may pay. If you do, return this card from your graveyard to your hand. Oh, okay. So it's a reoccurring card, this. That's cool. Skargan Hellkite. Right. This creature enters with your choice of a +1/+1 counter or haste flying. This creature deals 2 damage divided as you choose among any 1 or 2 targets. Activate only if this creature has a +1/+1 counter on it. Okay. So some utility, you get to choose a little bit. Scourge of the Throne. Whenever this creature attacks the player with the most life or tied with most life, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Whenever this creature attacks for the first time each turn, if it's attacking the player with the most life or tied with the most life on top of attacking creatures, after this phase there is an additional combat phase. That's pretty cool. Okay, so there's lots of dragons in here. Okay, when this creature enters, choose target human or artifact that opponent controls. For as long as this creature remains on the battlefield, gain control of that permanent. It loses all abilities and it can't attack or block. Okay. Dragon spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Okay. Whenever Nogi attacks, if you control 3 or more dragons until end of turn, Nogi becomes a dragon with base power and toughness 5/5 and gains flying. That's cool. Nesting Dragon. Flying. Whenever land you control enters, create a 0/2 red dragon egg creature token with Defender, and when this token dies, create a 2/2 red dragon creature token with flying and okay. Yeah. I think I'm gonna get my dragon fix here. I think this is the new record for how many dragons are in the deck. You don't lose unspent red mana as steps and phases end. When this creature dies, you may pay any amount. When you do, it deals that much damage to any target. Okay. Whenever another non-token dragon you control enters, create a 5/5 red dragon creature token with flying. That's cool. And I guess I'll have a little bit of tokens there, I guess. When this creature enters, you may put a commander you own from the command zone onto the battlefield. It gains haste. Return it to the command zone at the beginning of your next end step. Oh well. You may exert this creature as it attacks. Alright, okay. When you do, it deals 4 damage to target non-dragon creature and opponent controls. An exerted creature won't untap during your next untap step. Right. Okay, flying. You'll Drac can't attack unless you control 4 or more artifacts. At the beginning of your end step, create a treasure token for each non-token creature that died this turn. Oh. At the beginning of your upkeep. Hello! At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 6 or more lands, create a 5/5 red dragon creature token with flying. Okay, so I can flood the board with dragon, it seems. The owner of target permanent shuffles it into their library, then reveals the top of card of the library. If it's a permanent card, they put it into the battlefield. So it's a little bit of a gamble there, I guess. Blasphemous Acts. Finally, some board wipes. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature on the battlefield. Blasphemous Act deals 13 damage to each creature. Flying Trample. The Blazing Atsushi, the Blazing Sky. Flying Trample. When Atsushi dies, choose one, except the top 2 cards of your library until the end of turn. Until the end of your next turn, you may play those cards. Create 3 treasure tokens. Okay, so. Oh yeah, here we go. If this enchantment enters, choose a creature type. Whenever you cast a spell of the chosen type, copy that spell. Yeah, that's cool. So there's gonna be lots of dragons flying when Kija dies, gain control of target creature. Cool. Yeah, that's fun. And it's Dragon Spirit. Okay. And then we have a green dragon. Whenever 1 or more dragons you control deal combat damage to a player, you may put a permanent card with mana value less than or equal to that damage from your hand into the battlefield. Yeah. Nice. Draw a card for each creature you control with power 4 or greater, then creatures you control get plus X until end of turn, where X is the number of cards in your hand. That is also quite nice. This deck is starting to come together. Not many cards left though. Excellent top X cards of your library. You may play them until end of turn of your next turn. Harmonize. You may cast this card from your graveyard for its harmonize cost. You may tap a creature you control to reduce that cost by an amount of generic mana equal to its power. Then exile this spell. Okay. Yeah, okay. You may look at the top card of your library and at any time. You may cast creature spells with power 4 greater from the top of your library. If you cast a creature spell this way, it gains haste until end of turn. I'm sure I have a few dragons I can upgrade this deck with. Whenever 1 or more dragons you control deal combat damage to an opponent, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. Destroy target artifact that opponent controls. This creature deals 4 damage to each other opponent. Exile the top card of your library. You may play it this turn. Only 3 cards left now. And this is a sorcery. Choose one if you control a commander. As you cast a spell, you may choose both instead. Create a token that's a copy of target permanent, except it's a 4/4 dragon creature with flying in addition to its other types. Target player draws cards equal to the greatest mana value among permanents you control. Nice. Sorry about that. Okay, flying. Whenever you cast a spell, return up to one target non-land permanent an opponent controls with mana value less than equal to the spell's mana value to its owner's hand. And last but not least, we have Deceptive Frostkite. It's a flying. You may have this creature enter as a copy of creature you control with power 4 or greater, except it's a dragon in addition to its other types, and it has flying. Okay. Let's look at the tokens, shall we? We have this one. It's a copy, and it's a dragon 5/5. I'm hoping there's lots of dragon token like this one here. Treasure token, nice. Dragon 5/5 beast, funny. Treasure token, nice. Dragon 5/5 frog lizard. Okay, I have no idea. Dragon 2/2 and dragon egg. Okay, so nice. Dragon 5/5, nice. Frog lizard, I have no idea. Dragon 2/2, dragon egg, and 4/4, Kirk's Bladewing, and a copy, treasure token, and 5/5. That's nice. A beast and treasure token. Nice bundle of tokens there, actually. Last but not least, we're gonna open the thingamajig. That's the collector booster sample pack thingy. And here we have, there's more where that came from. And they should never have given us this much power. Great Irashtan City. Okay. This land enters tapped unless you control a forest or plains. Excellent creature card from a graveyard. Create a white spirit creature token. Okay. I guess it's okay. And also contains a dragon in here. Search or look for basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle. Flying when this creature enters, you gain 3 life. I might actually add this to the deck instead, because I find many of these dragons in here to be a little bit underwhelming. So this one is gonna be one of the dragons I'm gonna upgrade this deck with. I was lucky to get a dragon though. I could have gotten something else. Okay, there we go, guys. That's my unboxing of Dragonstorm Tarkir. Yeah. It's okay-ish. I'm a bit underwhelmed, actually. I thought it would be a lot more powerful, but I am getting a lot of dragons and getting to play with those. So I guess I have to play test this deck a little bit to see how it performs. But from what I see here, it's a lot of dragons, but not much else. So, but we'll see. Maybe I'll be surprised. Thank you guys for watching. If you like my content here, please consider becoming a member. It really helps the channel. Thank you to Big Boss and Soundwall for being members. And other than that, have yourself a really nice day. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.